And so, this is how the sausage is made. Why would you care about visiting the sausage factory? I have a little game I play with myself. I get on the smartphone and go to my screensaver where it records whatever I'm doing. And I do that, and I give myself, if I get bored, I stop. I go to the local news and I go to all the categories they have, and I see if anything is interesting, something that'd be worthy of exploring for a video topic. That's what I was doing, and I do it routinely because I do try to make actual videos. It requires research. Why should I go to the library when the phone does all that right here? But I always record it. Kind of like the Russians have their dash cams. I record my research for just to know what I did. That's how I work. So the game is 6-7 minutes tops. Kind of drink your coffee. When you get bored, you stop. Usually about 6-7 minutes, and I'm done. And I thought it would be entertaining, educational, and venting all in one if I allowed you to see exactly how it looked. All of the ads that pop up when I want to do a simple thing. And the ads about 85% of the frustration to anything. And you can't avoid it. You get premium apps, you pay money everywhere to get the fastest go. But if you don't get a paid app, it's going to show you ads. It's a pain in the ass to use it. I think that's wrong. I know there's going to be arguments. But I mean, if I actually paid for every app I've ever used, I don't know which ranch it would have cost me. If apps had been paid from the get-go, nobody would have wanted them and the smartphone would have died. The point is, it's fine to show us ads, but don't interrupt the flow of the app to the point that it's unusable until I renege and pay. And I have learned that if I use them a lot, you might as well just pay them. It's kind of like it works in Jersey. It's just easier that way. But it is amazing. It is amazing. A lot of things, when you're surfing on your phone, you're going to hit a lot of things that you have no intention of paying for. But to just deal with reading an ad or reading a story, everybody's trying to sell you something. And that was educational. Like most of my scrolling that I would leave behind if I showed you the whole thing would be ads. You're bombarded with it to the point you can't even function. Function is the last thing you're worried about. And then what I do is I take another 7 or 8 minutes and talk about what's on my mind. In this case, as you discerned, my mind was about all the aggravation, needless aggravation I just endured. And I probably shouldn't impose that on you. You see it already. But what are we going to do about it? I mean, at some point, are we going to keep letting crazy people design things in crazy ways that make no sense whatsoever, where function is way down on the list? In the sense of benefit to the ultimate user is bottom of the list? I don't think that's a good plan. I have discovered that there are a couple little templates that can help you out. It's hard to find anything out, but if you want to know something, there's some nice little tips he gave me, and I try to follow them. The first thing, the most important thing he said was, be discerning. Don't believe everything you hear. But conversely, anything is possible. So you don't rule things out easily. They have to be eliminated naturally. So be discerning. In other words, be somewhat skeptical of any input, but realize that anything is possible. Those are your two cornerstones of trying to find something out. I mean, anything's possible, and it makes you have to check a lot of rabbit holes. But you want to find out, and that's the carrot. It's finding out. But there, you can, you don't help yourself if you believe something that you say you weren't skeptical enough, and something showed up, and you go chase it. It's your own fault. that you're in that rabbit. You got to be skeptical. I mean, things have to prove themselves, either correct or incorrect, and that's how you start learning stuff. There's some other things involved too. The third thing is you don't know anything. You have to start with a blank slate. Anything you carry into the table is going to be biased. So if you want to know something, you got to enter empty. I don't know anything at all, and I'm going to find out what I can. That begins the process of trying to find out things, and then it's a matter of sharing things that you feel like are worthy. Something you learn. It's not easy to learn things anymore. I don't mean that to be disrespectful. Learning. I don't even know if we understand what the word means anymore. We don't intend to teach our generation. What if you learn about something that's only true now that you got to learn all over again? Things have to check out. You don't waste your time with things that don't check out. But you don't flush it until it definitely isn't valid. And that's kind of how you operate. And it ends up with a bunch of gray, and that's where the interaction with the audience comes in. That's where the interaction with the audience comes in. It's like you have discussion. That's what makes it fun. So, kind of how the sausage. That's kind of how the sausage is made.